This is the Brandon T. Adams audio experience. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Brandon T. Adams audio experience. I'm Brandon T. Adams, and this is episode 184, and this is a New Year's Eve special. It is my 35th birthday today, and every year on my birthday, I always recap the year, what I've learned, my years in life, experiences, and this is a podcast that, if I were to die tomorrow, this would be something I would want you to listen to find your own success in life. This would be something I would share with my nieces and nephews and family to look at how to have your own version of success in life. Just also how I look at things in business. For you, if you're an entrepreneur that is looking to scale a business, whether you're trying to get 7 figures or you're looking to get to 8 or 9 figures and beyond, I'm going to share how I've looked at life over the years, how I pursue things, but also how I've found my own success in life in just as an entrepreneur. And over my years, the companies I have investment in have generated hundreds of millions of dollars. My own core companies that I have 30% or more or up to 100% in have generated tens of millions of dollars. And also just from producing TV shows, winning Emmys, podcasting, relationships, but even my own perspective in my own personal side of life and how I found my own happiness. And again, it's a roller coaster of ride, ups and downs, but I do want to share my perspective and my hopes for you to look at life differently, but also to change the way how you look at your endeavor in this time on earth for having success, for business, whatever it may be. I'm going to go a 360 approach here and hopefully make this the best podcast show of the year. And so looking at this, me, 35 years old here, I'm going to, just from my perspective of my time on earth, I feel like I've had the wisdom of a 60-year-old, many ups and downs and all that along the way. But the first question you should be asking yourself is, what does success mean to you? What do you want in your life? This varies for everyone. I think the biggest mistake that people make is they're living success or living on somebody else's terms, what somebody else wants for them, whether their mom, their dad, society, what is perceived as success. Maybe you're supposed to go and live the life, have the house, have the cars, maybe the kids, the money, whatever that is. For some people, maybe. But everybody's version of success is different. So the first thought for you is, what does success mean to you in this stage of your life? What success meant to me when I was 15 years old, 18 years old, is different than when I was 23 to 25 to 30 to now 35. When I was a teenager, success to me was getting the girl, winning the football game, and really trying to be seen by other people around me as seen as that guy that's making things happen. In my early 20s, it was all about money. I was trying to figure out how to make a lot of money and grind, and I was working in the wrong ways. Then as I got older, in now 30s, it was really looking as a long game, not a what can I do in a year, but what can I do in 5 to 10 years? How can I build something very significant? Yes, generate a lot of wealth, but also something that I'm proud of. Because when my day is done, when I meet my maker and my life is over, I want to be able to look back on my life and say I'm very proud of it. I mastered my craft and I created something beyond just some money. I created something of value to this world. And so that's how I look at things now. And so think for yourself, what does success mean to you in all areas of your life? And looking at your personal life, your family, your work life, your finances, how much money you want to make, your freedom, how much freedom you want to have, but also how you want to spend your time. What do you want to spend your time doing on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on an annual basis? What does that look like? If you don't know what you want to do, how you want to spend your time, or who you want to spend your time with, you will be a drifter, and life will just happen, and you'll take whatever comes your way. You need to really figure out what you want, and then once you figure out what you want, you need to figure the plan of how you're going to get it, and who's going to be around you along the way to get it, and the people you want in your life in the process. These are the first components of figuring out how to have success in life, is what do you want and the things you need to do to get there. So, okay, we have achieved that. What does success mean to you? What do you want? How are you going to get it? Who are the people around you? Putting that plan in place. What do you want your life to look like? And so before I go into more tactical things that have worked for me, I just, again, write that down, think about what that is. And for me, just to share with you, what success looks like for me is being the best I can be as an entrepreneur, as a CEO of our company, Big Brand Ventures, bringing the most value to people in the world and helping them scale their business, bringing value to entrepreneurs, businesses, everybody I come in contact with, building a great culture within our company, a team that really feels like they're at the best company in the world, and pursuing the mission of helping others scale their business, which provides more opportunity for people, more jobs, more revenue, all the things. Now, on the more personal side, being the best husband I can be, being the best, I have no biological kids, for my niece and my nephews, being the best I can be for them, for my mom, my dad, and working on just being the best person I can be for my loved ones. On the let's say fitness side of things, is being the best I can be physically, mentally, is I exercise every day. I'm working to challenge myself more. I found that to make me a happier person, from the gym to running to even my fitness, my diet, and also my mind, expanding my mind, reading books, listening. Heck, I have business coaches. I have tune-up meditation coaches. I have personal trainers, making sure I can be the healthiest and best performing person I can be for everyone around me. So that's my personal life, spending more time with family, and really just performing at the highest level. And that's so for me. And so what my goals looking into the next 5 years, what is my mission as a human being? By the time I'm 40, I'm on a mission to build $1 billion valued company for Big Brand Ventures, having over $1 billion valuation, having over 300 companies in our portfolio, and not only this being a known business to help scale businesses, but really having a large portfolio of companies in our portfolio that are doing some amazing things, and building a culture with a team that really believes in what they're doing, and they have the ability to grow within our company. So I'm on the mission to build $1 billion company with Big Brand Ventures. That's my mission, and having fun along the way. Okay, now that you know what my goal is, my mission, what I'm looking at, okay, how am I going to achieve that? How have I achieved my own success up to this point? How can you achieve your own success in your own way? This is from my experiences. This is what's worked for people that are in our portfolios, but also for myself. So I'm going to go through this. There's multiple steps here. And the first part is have this acronym TRAIN, how to train for success. T is take action, R is relationships, A is add value, I is investing, and N is never giving up. So I'm going to go through the train for success, and then I'm going to go through a brand formula I have, really on the business branding side, how I look at companies and the future of things. But I'm first going to go into the core of just training for success in all areas of your life. So the T for take action. Any success I've ever had in my life, any opportunity that happened, is because I took action. Daily action, monthly action, in all areas, from going to the gym, to waking up, to making the phone call, to sending the email, to getting on that plane ride and meeting somebody, to delegating, to doing the podcast show, recording the video, taking action. I've always done things right away. And in our minds as human beings, a lot of times we say, okay, this is something I need to do. I'm going to write it down and I'm going to do it next week. What I've forced myself to do when I go to that thought in my mind, I say, okay, I'm just going to do it right now. And by doing that right now action, from whether that's sending that text message, calling somebody, or getting that work done now instead of next week, being efficient with your time and speed, the speed is what gets you the results quicker. Early bird gets the worm, get it done faster. So constantly taking action and always being ready for the next opportunity to take action on that. You know, in life, when you have opportunities in front of you, you might think, oh, I'll be ready next week, next year, whatever it is. You're never actually ready. You just got to do it. You got to take it on, and you got to do it the best of your abilities, and just leverage that opportunity, utilize that opportunity. So taking action in all areas of your life. How are you taking action in your life to seize the moment, seize opportunities at hand, and just performing at the highest level because time is running out. I'm 35. If I live in this human years without going to AI and robots and uploading to the cloud, I would say I'm about a third of the way done with my life. And who knows what will happen in the next 20 years with advancements. But knowing that, I have a lot to do in a short period of time. If you're 20 years old, you're a fifth away done with your life. You only have so much time on earth. What are you waiting for? You need to be taking action. So taking action. The next one is relationships. There's the old saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, or your network is your net worth. It's so true because the people you're constantly surrounding yourself with who have an influence on your mind, from the things that they say, the things that they do, the things they've achieved, where they're going, that will determine where you go, what you do, how you think. So who are the people you are surrounding yourself with that are elevating you to achieve that own version of your success? You look at, if you were an athlete and you're trying to be Olympic gold, whatever it is, if I were you, I would be around other Olympians, other high achievers who are looking to either achieve more Olympic goals or already have achieved that, and they have the experience and mindset to achieve it. So then you're in that mindset. If you're a business person, for me, I'm an entrepreneur. My co-founder and chairman and main friend and business partner is Kevin Harrington. He's taken over 23 companies to 100 million. He's generated billions of dollars in revenue. He's one of the top entrepreneurs of our time. He's who I spend a lot of time with. That's somebody I want to, in my own way, become the next Kevin Harrington, Brandon T. Adams, but also do it together with him. I have other mentors, other people in my corner that supplement me and make me better in other areas I'm not great at. So building the right relationships in your life and ensuring you're around the right people. I look at some of the investments I've made over the years. Early on in my career, I wanted to create videos and do TV shows. So what did I do? I found a guy that had already won Emmys with TV shows, and I found another guy who was on the path of creating TV shows. So what did I do? I got into business with them. I created my first show, Ambitious Adventures, then created a show called Live to Grind, then created a show called Success in Your City, then went on to do the film Think and Grow Rich Legacy, and so on. I got around people that were already doing it at the highest level. Those people elevated me, and it made it easier for me to get there. You know, another theme of what I'm saying here beyond relationships is your team. You need a team to achieve great things. You cannot do it alone. You need people that can supplement you in areas that you are not great at or can do things you do not want to do. And together, combined, you can achieve great things, the power of the numbers. So relationships are key. Make sure you're around the right people. Make sure you're in the right relationship for significant other, your marriage. They will make you or break you. Make sure the people that are constantly in your ear have a positive influence on you and where you're going and who you want to be. The next one is adding value. We live in a world of value. The more I give out to the world, the more value I give out to the world, the more that comes back to me. The more I can create valuable processes, systems and processes that help certain people achieve a certain goal, the more they're willing to pay for that, the more money I can make. So if you can help enough people get what they want in life, it'll help you get what you want in life. And so I've always been an advocate, a huge server of people. How can I serve you? How can I help you? How can I help you achieve your goals? So for me as an entrepreneur, for what we do with Big Brand Ventures, is we help people scale their business. We help them acquire more customers, scale their revenue, the valuation of their business, and that's what we do. So we find every which way we can add so much value to our clients that not only do they pay us, but we get a part of their business and we get equity in their company. So we're adding massive value. The same goes for whatever business you're in, whatever goal you're trying to achieve. How can you be a person of value? The more value you give to the world, the more you get in return. Same goes for friendships, your significant other. The more value you provide to them, the more things you say, you let them know you care, words of affirmation, taking them on dates, if that's your person you're dating, significant other, letting them know how much you love them. You're adding value to that relationship, which in return reciprocates. It means you get more value back. So all areas of your life, how are you adding value? The next one is investing. And no, maybe you're not an investor like me, or you're trying to invest money in companies, but how are you investing in yourself? The best investment you can ever make is in yourself, because that's one thing you'll have until the day you die. More importantly, investing in your brain. Your brain determines that it's like a computer. Whatever you compute, whatever you put into it will determine what goes out. And so how are you investing in your knowledge? By reading books, audiobooks, going to events, investing in trading, maybe a higher education, investing in certain knowledge. I'd highly suggest to invest in sales tactics, communication, psychology. These are all things, if you can sell, if you can communicate, you can make money in all areas of work. So investing in your brain and constantly always growing. Doesn't matter if you're 20, you're 30, you're 70, you're 80, constantly growing and constantly investing in your brain. And more specifically, for whatever your area of expertise is, investing in that specialized knowledge to ensure you become the best at what you do, which again makes you money, allows you to grow in that one area. The riches are in the niches. For me, early on in my career, a couple main things I invested in. I invested in my personal brand. So my personal brand is what people remembered me as. I invested in people knowing me, because the more like and trust I had, the more people would work with me. But I invested in my area of expertise of crowdfunding. I was helping people raise money early on. This is back in 2014, 15, 16. And I became the go-to crowdfunding expert. And so that area of expertise led me with a tactic to help people raise money through the crowd, to acquire customers, to acquire donations. And so that allowed me to make money with my crowdfunding agency back in the day, but also gave me the talent and expertise to raise money for my own films, my own projects, my own books, my own shows, my own businesses. So again, that was my area of expertise. I was investing in that specialized knowledge. I was investing in my brain. And one other thing is, so like what I specifically do, I still invest in relationships and companies. So I invest in companies, whether that's could be crypto, could be a startup, could be fintech, any kind of company. I put my money in a company, and over time, over 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, it starts to build in more value, more dividends, and it pays me more in the long run. You plant seeds today to harvest 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road or more. So I've always been investing in other companies so I can make money while I sleep, or things can help grow while I sleep. I do things once to achieve results for years to come. So that's one side. The other is relationships. I've invested a lot of money into people, as much as $50,000 for a few hours of somebody's time, to investing in people to spend just a little bit of time with, coaches, mentors, meetings, brand opportunities. And so investing in people leads to opportunity and knowledge and association. One of my earliest investments in my career was when I invested at 20 years old into a guy named Cactus Jack Behringer. I invested $10,000 cash to get him as a mentor, as a consultant. And everybody thought I was crazy. Why am I investing $10,000 into this guy, everything I had? I said because I was investing in myself, my future, my Rolodex, my knowledge, and I found somebody that already achieved what I wanted to achieve. That time I wanted to be a world-class inventor. I wanted to take products to the market, and I had one product called the Arctic Stick. And this guy, Cactus Jack Behringer, who I invested in, had taken multiple products to tens of millions of dollars. And so he had found success. I wanted to find somebody who already achieved it in his own way. And so I hired that person. And over 3 years' time, I spent over $25,000 with that guy. But what happened is that guy led me to my first pilot run on my TV show called America's Got Money. I learned how to pitch. I learned products. I learned really the power of personal branding. But I also invested in my circle. I knew he had done a deal with Kevin Harrington on Shark Tank, and I knew I could get to another prestigious entrepreneur through that investment. And I did. A few years later, that led to me finding Kevin Harrington and sending him a personal video, which led to me investing money in him to speak at one of my events. At that time, I was willing to sell my pickup truck and everything I had to get him as my mentor and as a speaker at one of my events. It was the best thing I ever did, because it led to me now as CEO of a company with him. Almost 10 years later, that's on the path to becoming $1 billion company. It's because I invested in myself. So for you, Who are you investing in? What are you investing in? How are you investing to better yourself, your network, your atmosphere, relationships, everything else? The last part of the train formula is one of the most important parts, and that is never giving up. In life, you're going to be throwing punches. You're going to have things come at you. You're going to feel in that moment like it's all going to end, but it's always a test. And what I found is it all happens for you and not against you. When you look at it that way, when things happen for you and not against you, it gives you a different perspective. What's the opportunity? Not the obstacle here. What's the opportunity in this obstacle? And so when I was facing bankruptcy, almost losing everything, $500,000 in the hole, life is bad, wife is depressed, debt collectors, nothing going right. That's where I had faith. And when that faith came, I had belief that this wouldn't stop me. And with that faith and that belief, I found that my best opportunities happen in those moments. Because when you're forced, when your back is up against the wall, when you hit rock bottom, your brain goes into this survival mode of something I can't even quite explain that gives you that extra little thought, concept, idea, motivation to do something. And once you hit that, you become invincible, and then you get back up again. And so you must never give up. When you have these signs of catastrophe, obstacles, things not going right, just know it's a part of the plan. There's always a plan. It's an opportunity. What can you use that to your advantage? And so in my life, my best opportunities happen just beyond my darkest times. Napoleon Hill says, our brightest days are just beyond our darkest nights. Just know the dawn is coming soon. And so never give up. In business, just keep going. You might have to make pivots, adjust, but never give up. In a personal life, your endeavors, heck, in the gym, maybe you got to adjust and change your training. Never give up. All areas of your life, you must never give up. Your biggest opportunities come when you're challenged most, and know that. And when you know that, and you have that happen to you multiple times in your life, and you get through it, and you get out better on the other side, the next time it happens, you know it's just part of the game. It's just part of the plan. So you must never give up. So that is my train formula. Again, taking action, relationships, adding value, investing, and never giving up. So now that we've got that part of the formula down, how I see success in life, I want to go into the more strategic on the branding side. I look at, if you're an entrepreneur right now, if you are a business owner, if you're somebody that wants to make your own money, make your own way in life, even if you're a part of a company, you can become a brand within a company. The world we live in now is digital. It's online. The more people, when you go to a brand, and the brand formula I'm going to talk about, it really comes down to getting more people to like and trust you. But here, even more specifically, getting the right people to like and trust you. I could have 10 million followers of people that may not be the right people for me in my business and my offering. And if they're not the right people, I can't really monetize that audience. For you, you only need 100, 1,000 of the right people to build a multi-million-dollar business. And so getting in front of the right people who can help you achieve the goal at hand of what you want to achieve. And so my brand formula I've been developing over 10 years is B stands for the acronym. B stands for books. R stands for recording videos. A stands for audio, which is podcasting and speaking at events. N is for networking and hosting events. And D is for delivering value and experiences. And I'll go through all this. And this is in 2024, 2025, and beyond, the next 5 years. This will be in your own way, the way to get more customers in the door, acquire more customers, build more like and trust, build your business, build a brand, make more money, all of that. And so the first part is books. So a book. You are author of a book. What does that do for you? If you're an author of a book, what does the word author have? It has authority in it. It has authors in the word authority. It gives you authority for who you are, what you do. It is psychologically proven that if you are an author of a book, and if there's two people out there, one's an author, one's not. Say one's an author of, back in my day, crowdfunding. One's an author of a crowdfunding book on how to have success with crowdfunding, and one's an expert in crowdfunding, but that doesn't have a book. You are more likely to pick the person that's the author of a crowdfunding book, because if they wrote a book, They must be an expert, but it shows more credibility. So for you, writing a book in your area of expertise will be a way for you to get more business, helps you get more publicity, shows you as a more credible source, but also allows you to build that like and trust with somebody if you're telling your story and sharing your experiences in your area of expertise. So writing a book can be a huge strategy for you in your business and also can be a great lead gen for you. I'll give you a great example. Alex Hormozi out there, he has a book called $1 Million Offers. And that book is a great lead gen for him. He's sold, I think, millions of copies. And maybe it's $100 million offers, my bad. Not million, $100 million offers. But it's a lead gen for him because people that listen to that book, read it, consume it, they're more likely to hire him to help them grow their business. For me, over the years, I've written The Road to Success, which is really a way to build like and trust people, but also to supplement and promote our show Success in Your City, which you can find on Amazon. But also, it was just kind of something I could hand out to people, lead gen. People that I found out the people that read that book were more likely to work with me. I've co-authored books. We've done Put a Shark in Your Tank with Kevin Harrington. We've done other books over the years. I did a crowdfunding book back in the day, but it was a lead gen to get more clients in the door. So again, for you, having your own book can be a strategy for you to build more credibility, get more lead gen, more opportunities, and a way to get more customers for your business. The next one in the brand formula, R, is for recording videos. This is something, if you had to pick one of the brand formula, one strategy, this is the one. I believe video content, recording videos, sharing who you are, what you do, and how you help people, sharing a compelling offer, is one of the quickest way to build like and trust with an audience, but also to grow your business. So you look at a video. People that watch videos, if you can see, is a video is something you can see. You know, it's proven when people can see your eyes, they're more likely to trust you. There's a lot of communication that happens with nonverbal, like hand gestures. If you can see my hands in front of my face or I'm talking with my hands, they're open, you're more likely to trust me. You know, if my hands are behind my back, subconsciously you think that I may have a weapon. For thousands of years, that's how our subconscious is built in terms of I can't see his hands, well, they may hurt me. So even if you smile, people are going to see you more likely as a nice person. So when I'm creating a valuable video and I'm talking to you and you can hear me, you can see me, you can feel the communication cues of me speaking with my hands, smiling, eyes, everything, you're building more like and trust in me. That's what a video can do. Also, video is a great way you can draw emotion from people, really connect with somebody deeper. And it's what gets the most attention on social media most times. People are scrolling. They want to see something. They want to watch something. So a video is a great way to build like and trust, to communicate the message of your business. And doing that through deploying on the different social media platforms, whether it's LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or Threads or YouTube or whatever it is. So over the last 10 years now, more than 10 years, I've been creating video content with my phone, with videographers, with directors, with big cameras, in all aspects, to create videos that share who I am, what I do, what I stand for, how I help people, and consistently communicating that. And so that has been my vehicle to build like and trust with a lot of people who work with me in contact of when they see that video, or people that watched my videos 10 years ago and now are ready just to work with me. So the more content I put out online, the more I can connect with people, the more I can build like and trust with people, the more people know who I am and what I do and how I can help them. And in my case now, as a CEO of Big Brand Ventures, of a company that helps build and scale businesses, the more people that see my videos are more likely to reach out and want to work with our company. And some of those people might have known me for years. And whether there's 10 other businesses out there that are helping people scale their business that are like ours, that person is going to likely pick me versus the other people because they've been following my content for years. It goes back to people who do business who they like, trust, and know. Video is a great way to build that like and trust, to get more people in front of you. So recording video content, sharing who you are, what you do, and how you help you. The next one in the brand formula, A for audio. So there's podcasting and speaking. We'll first talk about podcasting, which we're doing right here. is podcasting is another way to communicate who you are, what you do, and how you help people. And through audio, no video, you can do a video podcast as well. But I started podcasting in February of 2015. And podcasting was my way to, yes, communicate a message, share who I was, what I did, but it was also my gateway to get into meetings I normally couldn't get. Because think of me back in the day, nobody knew who the hell I was, some kid trying to make it. And if I went to ask some prestigious person, hey, can I do a coffee meeting with you, get mentorship from you, which people do to me all the time. A busy person doesn't have time for that. So I'd get shut down. But if I would change the messaging around, hey, I have a podcast show. I would love to feature you on my show. I would like to help you in some way, promote you to my audience. And would you be open to that? See, I'm speaking to their needs. I'm not asking for something. Yes, I'm asking for time, but it's more to show who they are and promote their message to the world. That podcasting strategy is what helped me get some of my biggest connections early on in my career. Some of those people led to business relationships. One of my greatest ones was John Lee Dumas of Entrepreneurs on Fire came on my podcast show 10 years ago. Wow, 10 years, that flies. And what happened is, at the end of the show, I said, hey, I'm a crowdfunding expert. This is back in the day. If I can help you in any way, let me know. And so he said, I'm looking to do a launch for this book called The Freedom Journal. I said, well, let me help you take it on. And I added value to him. I took that on at that time just for a testimonial. We raised almost $500,000 in a month for The Freedom Journal. Built 3 schools for Pencil to Promise with some of that money. And it was one of the largest crowdfunding campaigns in history for a book. And so that was my way through podcasting to get a client. And that led to many other clients along the way because I had a case study and a success story. And so podcasting is a way to communicate your message, your voice, who you are, what you do, but it's also a way to connect with other people. And so podcasting is a great strategy for you even now in 2024, 2025 to build an audience and share your message. The next one, and by the way, before I jump on, over the years, I created the University of Young Entrepreneurs podcast, which became the Live to Grind podcast, which went on to be the Inside the Mind of Brandon T. Adams podcast. I have this podcast, the Brandon T. Adams Audio Experience. I've also done the Ambitious Ventures podcast, and we're in the process of building out the Big Brand Ventures podcast. I've always done podcast shows to communicate a message to an audience, and even specifically in different niches. I used to have the Keys of the Crowd podcast because I built my crowdfunding career early on. It was all around crowdfunding. So a podcast is a great way to build your brand, your message, and connect with other people. Okay, now let's go to speaking. Speaking on stages. The power of a stage. When you can speak in front of groups, you have authoritative status. And when you can speak on big stages in front of big audiences, those people are more likely in a short period of time, in a 30 to 60 minute time frame, if you can communicate the right message on that stage, you can build trust, you can show who you are, how you can help that person, and you are seen as an expert, a top expert. So speaking on stages is a great way to get more customers and build up and elevate your brand. And for me over the years, I started speaking because I was pitching. I was pitching my invention, pitching my ideas, pitching for money. And I just happened to do that to try to get what I wanted. But then eventually that led to people wanting me to speak as a motivational speaker, wanted me to speak as an inventor, wanted me to speak as a business icon, a business guy. And over time, I got onto bigger stages in front of bigger people, and I shared the stage with other people from, you look at Kevin Harrington to Jack Canfield to many other speakers, not all coming to me right now, but I've spoken all over the world, from Tokyo to Mexico to Canada to probably 20, 30 states in the United States. And every event I've went to, it led to a client. Maybe not within the first week or 2 weeks, but sometimes it took 1 to 2 years. Every single event I've been to led to an opportunity, led to some opportunity. And so when you can speak on stages in front of the right audiences, it's a great business move for you, but it's a great way to share your voice. So public speaking, speaking on stages, speaking on your own stages. The next one is networking and hosting events. So when you speak on your own stages, again, the host gets the most. You host an event, you get an opportunity to bring people together. I've been doing this for 10, 12 years. From we created the event Young Entrepreneur Convention back in 2016. Some of those speakers on that stage become friends, and one of them, Kevin Harrington, became a business partner, Deal Flow, to creating the Rise and Record event that I've done now with my wife for 5 years, Connections, Opportunity, Deal Flow, and then looking at other events. The Live to Grind event I've done Shark Retreats now. We've been doing Shark Retreats for a couple of years now, multi-million-dollar business that led to many opportunities. Heck, we had a Put a Shark in Your Tank mastermind, which is just like the Shark Retreat, but it was called Put a Shark in Your Tank. We did this in 2016. That event led to a product that went from $1 million to $160 million in revenue. And that came from a retreat event. So events can be deal flow. It can be, again, brand association, leveraging, growing your brand, contacts, providing value to the right group of people, and growing your business. And so hosting events, you could use that as a strategy to grow your business. A lot of big companies are doing it now. But beyond hosting events is going to events. It's networking. I'm going to here in Texas in a couple of weeks. I'm flying for a 4-hour, literally flying in to Houston, driving an hour, and going there for a 4-hour networking event meeting to meet an owner of a company that we're getting involved with. Because I know by being there, I'm going to meet people face to face, talk to them, shake their hand, connect with them, get numbers. That will expand my trust and likeness with these people, which will lead to us doing business together. And so going, networking yourself, going to networking events, there's all kinds of things out there today. I mean, you literally can Google in your area. You'll find all kinds of events that you can go to based on the area you're looking to learn more in or people you want to connect with. So hosting your own events or going to events. The last part in the brand formula is delivering value and experiences. Goes back to what I said in the train formula, add more value to others. The more value that you provide, the more you get in return. Always be adding value to others and doing that through your offerings. But going above and beyond and creating experiences. Because when you not only deliver on the value somebody hires you for, deliver on what they said they were going to get in their agreement, but you deliver more while also creating a great experience for them and letting them know that you care, you want to help them, that will lead to a long-term client, but also more referrals and a raving fan that will promote you for the rest of their life. So how can you deliver massive value and experiences for your customers, for your network, or people you want to get in contact with? I've always played the long game to get into business with people. How can I help them? How can I create a great experience for them? Delivering more value and experiences for them, not expecting anything, which in return led to opportunities. So for you, how can you deliver massive value and experiences for your audience on social media, to people that work with you, your inner circle? Because when you do that, more will come back to you in return. And so that is my brand formula and how to build a brand, how to build a thriving business, how to get opportunities, how to build a personal brand. And so that's the core of what I live my life on and how I look at everything, even to the next 5 years of my life. Training for success, building a brand, and building a valuable business. And a couple of extra ones I want to add here. The team you have. You really need to have the right team with you. Take a piece of paper. Write your strengths and all the things you do really well at to help move the needle in your business on one side. And the other side, write your weaknesses and all the things you shouldn't be doing that you can outsource. Okay, looking at that, how can you focus more on the things you're really good at and move the needle in the business? Some examples could be maybe you're really good at speaking on stages or podcasting or closing high-level deals. Focus your time on that. But maybe you're not so good at doing email sequences, writing copy, doing all your posts on social media with the copy for yourself, or maybe doing any kind of accounting or anything with the business that you're not the greatest at. Have an expert for that. Hire somebody else to do that. Focus on what you know and you're really good at and you enjoy doing. Do more of that. And then what you don't know, you're not good at, find other people to do that for you. And when you surround yourself with a team of experts that can supplement you in all areas of your life and your business, you will grow a massive business. It's part of scaling a business. In a business, you got to have a great operator. You got to have the right communicator. You need the sales team, logistical side, you name it. And that's why I'm very excited for what we're doing at Big Brand Ventures with Kevin Harrington as my mentor, chairman of the company, co-founder. Brian Harrington and I as other co-founders. Brian Harrington and I are the co-founders or co-CEOs of the business. And then people like Matt George, our president, who spent 30 years at children's homes in Peoria, Illinois. He had a 500-person company he was CEO of doing 30+ million a year. When you got a guy like that with experience who's the president of our company, who's teaching me more on leadership and growth. Then Mike Silvestri, my COO, been working with him for almost 10 years. This guy is a genius. He understands how to do everything behind the scenes, the back end, logistics, you name it. The things that I don't want to do. He's always been a supplementer to me and who I am to help me become the most powerful brand and person in the front. And then having the top experts on our sales side. Having our CFO do all the numbers, projections. Having our chief marketing officer who is understanding how to market better, how to change the way we do advertising. Having all the experts in different, I could go on and on. We have 20-some people on our team. We're growing rapidly. But having the dream team who can supplement you and do all the things you're not good at and you do what you do best and allow you to become even better at what you do. When you work in harmony and you have a goal at mind where you're going after, in our case, building a billion-dollar business that's becoming known for creating the most value to companies to help them scale, what happens is you can grow massively. So getting the right dream team in place for you, you need a team and you need to focus and you need to know where you're going. And constantly challenging yourself and allowing you to be accountable to other people to help you grow. If I'm around other people who are not as advanced as me and aren't as motivated as me, I'm going to stoop down to that level. I want to be the guy in the room with the billionaires and the people that are doing things at the highest level, the geniuses, the top brands, because it forces me to elevate up. It forces me to think on their level. It forces me, it makes me even competitive to become better. How can I beat them? How can I be better? How can I grow? So be around the people that are doing it at the highest level. Again, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And so that is a big component in life. But again, going back to what I said in the beginning, what do you really want? What do you want as an entrepreneur? What do you want as a person? How much money do you want to make? What do you want to do with that money? What's the reason behind that? What experiences do you want to have? Where do you want to be when you're 40, 50 years old, 60, 70 years old? Whether it's having more money, having more freedom, having kids, whatever that is. Figure out what that is for you. My success can be different than what your success may be. What you want to achieve may be different than what I want to achieve. Just because I want to achieve one thing doesn't mean you need to achieve that. What does it mean to you? Based on your experiences, based on who you are, based on what you want in this life, what makes you happy? And focus on that. For me, at 35 years old, I'm on a mission over the next 5 years, by the time I'm 40, to build a billion-dollar business valued to over $1 billion that has over 300 companies in its portfolio that we have equity in. And these companies are helping make the world a better place. And our company is known as the most prestigious company out there that helps companies scale. We acquire customers, we generate more revenue for those businesses, and we use our team, our experiences, and our assets to help that company grow. And that's what I'm on a mission doing. And for me, as a CEO and founder of that business, is to be the best CEO I can be, to help individuals within the company grow, with whether we have a couple hundred people within 5 years on our company, helping every single one of the people that join our company be the best they can be and help them achieve their goals in their life, help them achieve whatever they're set out for with this vehicle called Big Brand Ventures. I think this company will probably be public within 5 years. We'll see, maybe less. But I do know this company will be worth over $1 billion, and we're going to have some amazing people along for the ride. And along the way, while I'm doing this over the next 5 years, I just want to be around really good people that I like, I trust, and are motivated like me to provide value to the world and create a better place for the world. Being a valuable source in the business area of how can they join us in helping other people succeed in business. So that's my vision with Big Brand Ventures, and also personal side, just to keep enjoying the ride, traveling, having experience with my wife, and just being the best I can be, physically, mentally, with my family, all areas of my life. Now, if you were going to ask me 10 years from now where I'll be, I really, it'll be big things. It probably scare me. I can't even fathom that with the change of technology, but I can go on a 5-year increment of where I'll be in 5 years. I think with everything that's going to happen in the time to come, with AI, with just technology, quantum computing, with cryptocurrency, with the change in maybe the government structure, with everything, so much change will happen. But no matter what change happens, businesses will be destroyed, businesses will be created. Here's what I believe. No matter what happens, there will always be a need for somebody that understands how to communicate, somebody that understands how to negotiate, somebody that understands the power of work ethic and going above and beyond for people, the train formula. But also, there's always going to be room in business, or you think about if you have a community, people that like and trust you, people will work with you. No matter what it is, whatever that widget is, whatever that offering is, whatever that product is, 5, 10, 20 years from now, whatever you're selling, even if you're selling a freaking $1 million trip to Mars or whatever that is, people buy from people they like, trust, and know. I have an audience between podcast show, in YouTube, social media, 100 and some thousand people and growing. With our company, Kevin's audience, my audience, some of our brands, over 1 million. I have people that are producers, that are wealthy business owners, that are musicians, that are CEOs, founders. Those people have been following me for years, and they'll continuously follow me. Whatever I'm selling 5, 10 years from now, they will likely buy from me than somebody else. Vice versa. Other brands out there will buy. People will buy from that brand versus my brand. People buy from brands. People buy from people they like, trust, and know. And so I believe if you can build a brand, build an audience, build like and trust through the brand formula and put in the work, you can have success in any area of your life. So that is my wisdom for you on this podcast to end out 2024, going into 2025. And I'll end on this quote by Napoleon Hill. Whatever the mind conceives and believes, the mind achieves. But also, whatever you think about the most is what you become. You first conceive it, you believe it, and then you achieve it. And also, I hope all of you go out there, create something great, and become unforgettable, because life is too short not to. I'm Brandon C. Adams. Here's to your success in 2025.